heard that song from a vaudeville string player. His name was Roy Schmeck. He was billed as the Wizard of the Strings, and he played the banjo and the mandolin and the ukulele and the guitar and the Hawaiian guitar. He was a big hit in vaudeville. He was in the first talking picture, The Jazz Singer, with Al Jolson. And I remember the first time I met him, I was up for a part in a show, and they needed an actor who could play the banjo, and of course I said I did. And then I ran and I took a couple of lessons with Roy Schmeck, hoping I could fake my way through the audition. I never got the part, but I got the banjo. The Dixieland banjo, the ragtime banjo, the banjo of vaudeville. I remember first time I strummed it. I liked the way it rang. I liked the way it plunked. I liked the way it sang. I liked the way it thumped. And I was hooked. So a guy who grew up on the Beatles and the Stones found a banjo in his heart with a slide trombone and a Charleston that made the jazz age dance. Started a banjo romance. That was just a transition. But it wasn't just the music that intrigued me. It was the whole nature of vaudeville performing. This was a place where the carnival met the theater, and where rope-spinning cowboys traded tricks with jazz-age jugglers, and where oddball performers with unusual combinations of talents stepped onto the stage. Now, one of those fellows, just a simple farm boy from Peoria, Illinois. Now, his dad was a farmer, and his grandpa was a farmer. They were farmers all the way back. They wanted this young fellow to be a farmer. He didn't want to be a farmer. He wanted to sing and dance and play vaudeville music, and they would have no part of it. No, he was going to be a farmer. That was it. So every night, after they were all asleep, he'd sneak out to the barn. He'd take the barn door down, take the pins out of the hinges and lay it down on the ground. He'd begin to practice all night long. All night long. While the pigs and chickens were sleeping, he'd be practicing his dancing. He had a dance partner. She weighed 1,275 pounds, but she was very graceful, and if she lost her balance, that was no problem. She just leaned back on her tail. And she was a 1,275-pound dancing Holstein cow. And when she stood up, her ribs stuck out, and she'd take her hooves and rub them up and down her rib cage, and she'd make a kind of a clackety sound like this. And then she'd sing out of one side of her mouth and play the harmonica out of the other. And you can imagine me as a 1,275-pound dancing harmonica playing cow. Well, it sounded like this. A lot of the performers, they just sang along with it, but it was also It's an electric.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Better? Yeah. It was also very nice to play solos with. This is a tune called the 12th Street Rag. Wait a minute. This was made in 1922, this ukulele. I don't think it's been tuned since then. It's not used in New York City. We'll try it again. Down,